Hello guys, WadeingThruLife here, coming this time from the Craft Theory Minecraft server, my original home and primary home, actually. So I'm going to do a little tour of the builds that I've done here so far. So let's jump into it. This would be my main base here. I've been working on this since about mid-July. Been working on a lot of details, as you can see. Got some massive structures here. That is going to be the main base, and this tower here actually houses all of my farms. So we'll get a look at all of this, but the first thing that I built is this bridge. I found the area that was perfect, so I built this bridge and linked it up here to the main base here. So when we go inside the main base right here, you're going to see a grand lobby. I got some chandeliers and whatnot up here. My nether portal, but there are a few things here. This is kind of a fun and games area. This is what I filled this in with. So in here we have a maze, which is your standard hedge type maze. You know, zigzags all the way around and through until you get to the next level. If you want to skip that maze and go to the next level after that, we can go right up and through here. And the second maze that I have is actually more of a trivia thing. Questions will change from time to time. I'm going to share a random fact about everyone throughout the year. No cheating using Facebook or Google, blah, blah, blah. So, for instance, we come in here. What branch of service did Hawk Runehammer join? Hawk Runehammer is one of our members, and your options are Air Force, the Girl Scouts, and the Marines. So if you choose the right path, you'll continue on to the next room. If you choose the wrong path, you'll actually have to start all over again. So I did this just to get everybody, just to learn a little bit about everybody else on the server. So it's been well received, to say the least. So once you make it through that maze, you'll end up to the next set of mazes. And we can get access to that from up here. Alrighty. So these next set of mazes is actually two parts. It's an invisible maze. You have no idea where you're going in there. Anybody interested in knowing how to make those, feel free to comment and I'll let you know. But basically, yeah, see, I can't go that way, I can't go this way. So it leads you where you need to go. And I'm not going to go in through here too far because I don't know the maze myself. I would definitely get lost and get frustrated in there. And it can be very frustrating. So this first half of the maze, obviously, there's a little sissy hole if you want to ender pearl and get out. Actually, you could have gone to that entrance too. But the second one here is actually timed. You press the button at the start, push it only once, and if you can reach the open door before it closes, there's a reward in there. What I did when I initially opened up this mine is we had a little a feud going on where someone had stolen my heart of the mountain, and I went to go retrieve it after it was found, and it was stolen by someone else. And then I went and stole it back from them, and I have placed it into here. So the first one who made it through the maze here was able to take the heart of the mountain, which this is just a replica. I actually had it in the treasure chest there. So they get to take the heart of the mountain, and it introduced a game of hide and seek. So it's been hidden in someone's base, and it can't be, you can't break walls to get to it. It's got to be somewhere in your main base and easily accessible. So hide and seek. So the first one that found it was Midnight Mandy, and then it's actually changed hands several times since then. And honestly, I don't even know who has it right now. I believe the last I knew, Renee had it, and I knew Dinah was looking for it. So the game of tag is, or not tag, the game of hide and seek is still going strong. So, and then after these mazes, I've got the Eagle Eye shooting range. Which reminds me, I didn't start my February tournament yet. So the first tournament here, you can see, we had 6, 7, 8, 9 people participate in this tournament. And what this was is you had to take a bow and arrow, you got a stack of arrows, and you had to light these targets by hitting the buttons on the side of them. And I am not that good at this. Yeah, see. Alright, so there are 12 targets in total, and you can see them lit up by torches. The toughest ones were that one right there, because the button was on the side, and that one furthest back, because you really have to lob that one to get it. Yeah, of course. I got in 2 shots. How about that? So I had the Eagle Eye tournament here, and we had some strong contenders. You know, Mandy with the 24, Sam with the 34, Jenny 48, Puppy 47. I mean, they're not PvPers. Surprisingly, Monkey Works 36. That's why he said this is rigged, because he did so poorly on it. But then we had PJ come in with 35, Creepers 50, and then Sherry Pie with a remarkable 20. Amazing job. So she ended up taking first place. And I had trophies, first place, second place, and third place trophies. I took third place, remarkably. Don't know how I did it. So I do need to get a February tournament going. So Craft Theory members, if you're watching this, there's another tournament coming soon. I know what I'm doing. It'll be fun. So the Eagle Eye tournament. So I do have more space above. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do up there yet. So I'll probably build another fun and games type thing. So that is my main base, mostly. We're going to actually dive down to the water down here. And there is an entrance down here. So one thing we done in Craft Theory is, instead of doing shops on a shop island or a central location, we wanted to be able to visit other people's bases and watch the progress as it's being built, and to see the final product. So what we did is we put our shops inside of our base. So if you walk in on the bottom here, you'll see I have several shops here. I have a sand and gravel shop, which I don't think I've sold anything. Nope. My emerald shop, which I need to do some trading to get some more emeralds set up. And then over this way, the old bone shop. Again, I need to build up some supplies. And then I have the old fuel shop, where you can get fish, which nobody's buying, and kelp blocks, which I did sell a few. So this is my shop area. This is a map of the general area, which hasn't been updated because this base is now completed. That is Midnight Mandy. So Midnight Mandy right here, she is part of the Nitwit Elf clan. This area right here, the Brindle Lumberjacks, that's Iron Maiden Jenny. And then of course myself right here, and I am part of the Emerald Dwarven clan. So what we did is the 3 of us built out this lore and started a feud to kind of give some life to this season on the server. So it started out with the Lumberjacks, cutting down one of the trees from the Nitwit clan, and the Lumberjacks blamed me, so the Nitwit clan came and stole my Heart of the Mountain. And as I went to steal it back from them, the Lumberjacks came and stole it from the Nitwit clan, so I went back and stole it from the Lumberjacks. So we kind of got this story going on here, this little feud thing, being so close there. It's been fun. I think some of the other members have enjoyed it as well. There are a series of videos on YouTube. I believe I have them linked up. If you look at my Craft Theory Season 4 playlist, you'll find those videos, along with links to Midnight Mandy's videos, because she did a couple of them as well. So there's my map. Down here, it's the EDC Bonehull, Emerald Dwarven Clan. So basically it's a mine shaft, which leads into the Skelly Farm. And I've got spies. That would be the Nitwit Elves. So I've got your basic scaly grinder right here. If you've seen my scaly grinder from the other server, you will notice that it's pretty much the same. Down further this way, I have a spider grinder, so I'm not going to take you all the way down there. It's actually quite the travel. And then down here, I did some where I did my strip mining, and also I found a slime chunk, so I do have quite a bit of slimes building up as I'm building over there. Now this back here, access for the EDC members only. This is my main storage area, so this is where I store everything. All manual storage. What's in the chest is excuse me. So these blocks on the bottom indicate what are in these chests. So I did a lot of stone, obviously, because there's a lot of stonework in this. My cobble, dirt, sand, gravel, you know, everything else. All my wood types are in there, and I do have shulker boxes here in case I want to load a bunch of stuff up and take it with me. That water elevator, as you can see, is for my skelly grinder. And there's been some prankages going on. I am here. These are some prizes and awards. We did the Craft Theory Awards, and I won an award for Builder of the Year and for the Build of the Year, and 95% of the votes were for this base here. The other 2 votes that weren't for this base was one for my Guardian farm and one that I voted for somebody else. So pretty much everybody voted for me, which is kind of nice. We also did a little Christmas tree with some gifts that were given. You know, we got a chocolate bar, we got a star of Witchlehem, you know, some pie, and Dinah created custom shields for everybody. We got Creepers, I imagine, created this maze on one of her picture platforms. And this was a little Halloween. I did a Halloween skin and I was a black cat. So she made my face, which is kind of nice. So we got more storage over here. Down below here, I have a small smelter system set up. And this is where I keep my valuables. You know, we got some kelp going as well. So that's where that is kept. Up on top here, I have an automatic smelter. This thing's actually kind of nice. So what you would do is just choose the ingredients that you want to add in. At the end, you can even add, you know, your redstone and your glowstone, your gunpowder for splash, and dragon's breath for lingering. So basically what you do is, as long as you've got enough supplies, such as water bottles and supplies in these things, it'll just keep brewing potions after potions after potions. So you can just brew up a ton of night vision potions, or, you know, swiftness, or fire resistance. You can just brew up a bunch and just walk away as long as you've got ingredients in there. So it's actually kind of nice, and it will shut itself off when it's empty. So, and of course, being the water update, I've got my aquarium up here. There are a couple of coral reefs on the server, so I just you know, went out and snagged a little bit for myself and a bunch of tropical fish. I got the regular salmon in there too. I believe there's a couple of cod as well. But yeah, this is my little fishy tank. So let's actually head over and check out the tower build that I have. I'm just going to walk up over here. So the tower is actually where I started my build. After building the bridge, I built this tower. And I am missing a door. But in this tower here is where I have my villager farms. Now I've got pumpkins in there because these farms are super efficient, and I actually got way more carrots and potatoes than I needed. I got a hole there too. So on this floor here I have carrots. I have a second floor with potatoes. Above that is a sugarcane farm, and then even further above that is a small creeper farm with some cats that scare the creepers down. So everything drops down into one central chute into a storage system, which I have down below. So I have a small storage system. So behind this, I actually have a sorting system up on top, which sorts out carrots and potatoes. It did sort pumpkins and melons as well, because actually there's pumpkin and melon farm up there too. But I had so many carrots and potatoes, I just had to cycle them all in there. There's the gunpowder from the creeper farm, the sugarcane from the sugarcane farm. I actually had to turn that one off as well. And then the pumpkins and melons are still continue to drop down in here. To make things simple, and this was my initial base, so I do have some small storage over here. To make things simple for me, what I have here is a row of farmers. And I have access to the sorting system, which you can see up here, which cycles the carrots and potatoes. So I can just grab the carrots and potatoes, bring them over here, trade it with my farmers, get emeralds, and then sell emeralds to the rest of the server. I do have some villagers as well. One of these is, I think it's this one, or maybe not. Yep, I do have a mending villager here, which were kind of scarce on the server for a while. It didn't have too many of them, so I have some emeralds up there and a couple of unbreaking books up there. So this was my original, like I said, original base. Right there I have a bedroom. Off to the other side I have an enchanting area, and I have my birds. I am missing the green one yet. I still have to go to a jungle and get a green one. As you can see, I have a spot for all 5 birds. And again, I have a map which isn't updated because that's not completed, so I've got to update my maps here. So another prank: be sweet, be kind, and honest always. And that is Dennisy, who is our pranker on the server for those things. There's another one there. I was here. So where we are going next, I will show my guardian farm. So I will be right there. I'm gonna cut when I get back there. And we're almost to the base. It should render in here any moment, and there we go. So this thing is huge. You can see again I kept with the same theme on my little towers, and I have a emerald bell up on top, but this thing is massive, which is why I had a vote for it as one of the builds of the year. So let's drop down inside of here, and I kept things pretty simple here. The outside build is primarily what I was going for. And again, here you can see that I've done the same design farm that I did on the other server. The sides with the creepers dropping down and in. We can drop down over here. I did all 4 sides. I have a little entrance area so you could enter from the outside as well. But yeah, again, not the most efficient farm, but holy cow, it works pretty darn well. So again, I have the mine carts going in here, dropping off and unloading into a sorting system. And there's a couple blocks missing, but then the items get sorted in through here, including the fish and apparently a comparator. I think I might have busted my sorting system, so things might get a little crammed over here. But so yeah, got my little portal to get through here from the nether, and this is some extra storage for all the extra items that I have. I believe these are all loaded up with fish, and then we have a bunch with shards, which I'm gonna need to do the other. But yeah, you can see I have a lot of crystal shards and whatnot. Back through here, just a small little kelp farm, and I have a smelter back here, and then this is my AFK fisher, where I did all of my fishing to garner up some supplies. We had a big request for, I believe it was 10 shulker boxes of sea lanterns, so I had to do some AFKing here to build up those supplies. So this is my guardian farm. So since July when we started this server, those are kind of loud, this is what I've accomplished. Again, this view up there is just spectacular. It's nice. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to fill this area with, whatnot, but I've got time. You know, we've got a lot of different ideas and things, you know, brewing up and whatnot. So you know, we'll come up with something for in here to make it look nice. And we're just gonna shoot up here real quick. And that brings me there. So that's what I've done on the server so far. If anyone is interested in seeing more of what others have done on the server, please let me know, and I will gladly do a server tour to see what else has been done. There are a lot of other great builds on the server. I'm not the only builder that builds like this. So a lot of great things done on the server, a lot of great things being done. The server is never a dull moment on the server. Got some great people here, some great builders, great friends. I call them my family. So if you liked what you saw here today, you know, give that video a like, subscribe to my channel for some more videos to keep up on that and get alerts. So I'm Wading Through Life. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.